if you look at where we are today, the global economy recovery is clearly slowing down. Now that becomes very important for us and for the leaders to take a look at the standards, the rules that have been implemented since the global financial crisis, and to look at the effectiveness of the implementation, and to also look at the costs and benefits. Obviously, the reform will continue, but as we look at introducing any new reforms going forward, it is actually quite important to take a look at the costs and benefits, the potential impact of any future reform, and at the same time to look at what we have today and how we're implementing it, and at the same time look at removing any potential measures that are an impediment to economic growth.
Do you think the developing world will really influence the global financial system and governance?
The developing and growing economies will have to play and will play a much bigger role as we move forward in defining, a stable, a sustainable, and a balanced growth economic agenda. Look at China, for example. We're transitioning from an export-driven, used to be a production and labor center, to a consumer-oriented economy. That transitioning is happening, and that is helping, and that's contributing to the changes in the global economic agenda. We are clearly stepping up in significant policy issues, significant changes to drive a balanced agenda, and we play a critical role in terms of achieving that balance.
What are your views on the policy recommendations of the financing growth workforce, especially those related to the financial service industry?
The Financing Growth Task Force is one of the 5 task forces supporting the G20 discussion. Representing all of the economies in the G20, getting their input for the G20 leaders to consider, discuss, and as we move forward in building that balanced, stable, sustainable, and inclusive growth. The inclusive growth is actually quite important. Over 2.5 billion of adults do not have a bank account today. And that's half the population of adults in the world today. Now that's a very significant number. Technology can play a huge role in helping to serve the underserved population today. And these are some of the very important recommendations for the G20 leaders to consider as we move forward.